This is Diaspora Moments by Dion London.
Hello, everyone. I hope you had a blessed week. I would like to welcome you to the Diaspora Moment podcast, and I am your girl, Dion London. Now, my topic today is, and today is only for the ladies, Mr. Tintin is not here. Trust God is not here. It's just us with the girls, because we are going to dissect and massage this particular topic. And that is, why do we women, I will not exclude myself because I'm also a woman, right? Why do we women try so hard to stay in abusive relationship? I won't even say marriage, because some even don't get to that point, right? So we will categorize everything into a relation in general, right? And so it can be marriage, it can be fiance, it can be boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, right? They are all under the whole umbrella, which is relationship. Why do women stay in abusive relationship? Because if you look at what is happening here in the state, any part of the Western world, Africa, wherever, women tend to give a lot of excuses as to why they are staying in the marriage. And one of the main reasons that I've heard out there is the kids. The kids are always the factor into the reason why these women stay in an abusive relationship. So I'm going to start with you, Jessica. You go ahead and introduce yourself. So that
I was carried away already.
I know, right? I'm like, this one is going to be good. Yeah. And then after that, Kusha would introduce. Then you go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Singh. I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah.
Please follow me on Instagram. My handle is Jessie_Singh_2.
Yeah.
And on Facebook is Jessica Singh for Facebook. Follow me because you don't want to miss every week's topic.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot and firing. Trust me.
Go ahead, Akosia.
Well, my name is Akosia from Pound. Thank you for having me.
You have social media?
I do have a social media.
You want to put it out there?
Well, okay, so kind of, in a different phase of my social media where I would, want to be addressing more of in creating a platform for women who are seeking deeper inner healing.
Okay.
And it's not fully developed, but I'll be putting it out there, sharing it with you.
Okay.
Hopefully we can come back and
Yay.
talk about
can't wait.
inner healing.
Exactly. We will be excited to see, what you're going to do with that platform. Okay, so Jessica, what is wrong with us?
I've been asking the same question for so many years. Matter of fact, I've asked myself, what is wrong with you?
Right.
What's wrong with you? Like, I look at myself in the mirror. What's wrong with you?
Why?
Like,
why do we allow these men to abuse us in a way that, it's so bad that sometimes they abuse you, you think it's your fault. It's like the woman, it's like you are blaming yourself. It's like you are the reason why this man is abusing you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go. No. You know them well that this man will kill you.
And you're still there.
But you are still there. What is the problem? I want to know.
Dion, honestly, it's deeper than we see or than we think.
But is it love though?
It's not love for me.
So then why are we staying?
Because love should not be torture.
Right.
You should not torture me if you love me.
No, not the love from the man. I'm talking about you, the woman. Maybe you love the man so much that you don't want to go.
No, the thing is, sometimes female, we put ourselves in this little tiny box that we have to make you happy and forget about yourself, but forget about me as a woman.
Okay.
So whatever that I have to do to please you, to stay with me, I'll do it. And when I see women like that, I tend to ask myself question, what is your worth? What is your value? Because as a woman, you are different from a man. God took time to create us. Like, we are a whole generation if you look at us. we produce, we make human being. God used us to bring human on this planet. We have values, we have worth, we are treasures, we are diamond. And you're gonna sit down there and allow another man treat you like a doormat, and you say, "I'm gonna do everything I can to keep my man."
Yeah.
What are you keeping him for?
Right. To keep, especially the married ones.
Yes.
I'll do everything to
I'll
keep
do
my
everything
marriage.
to keep my marriage, but you are dying in the process of keeping
Right.
it. And Dion, the honest truth is, let's just put marriage aside in general, right? If a man continue to abuse you every single chance he gets, it starts from screaming to a slap. Then, oh baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's okay, honey. Then the next day, another slap.
Right.
Another month, another slap. Gradually, it grows into punch, kicks, and dragging and pulling of hair. Before you know, you are 6 feet.
That's
And then what
right.
happened after 6 feet? He's gonna move on.
Yeah, he's gonna get another chick.
He's gonna get, guess what? And that other chick is getting, probably, he's not even gonna touch her. Because
Yeah.
guess what? That's the one that he falls in love with.
Yes.
Because all the time you were there, cleaning and cooking and being submissive, and he's abusing you, and you are there, Daddy, no, Daddy is not me. Guess what? He was not even loving you.
Right.
Because he saw you as a liability. Maybe
Right.
you don't have anybody else. Or maybe, you know, it's, I want to ask, I'll ask myself because I've been there before. So I'll ask my own self.
Right.
Why did
Why?
I stay?
But you
Why?
see, there are different forms of abuse. Like what you just described is like the physical
That's
side.
a physical abuse.
But
That's
we have the
emotional
emotion.
abuse.
That is
That's
even
the
worse.
worst one.
Okay, so
Yes, one.
let me chime in
I
on
can see
the
that, yeah.
emotional abuse part.
Yeah.
You know,
they will not hate you, but
No, but they will bring your self-esteem to the ground.
you know, before you
and-
say something, right? And there's a particular girl, I really wanted to bring her on this show, but for some reason, she's scared to show her face. Now, her situation, it's so bad that even when the man is coming, this lady is like shivering.
Girl, I'll leave the next day. You are not the author and finisher. of
right
me.
there, the moment she sees the presence of this man,
Oh my God.
she's scared. She has like a 2-year-old. The man probably does not even know the name of the child as I'm talking to you. She had to run from another state and move to Maryland. That's how bad it is.
That's
and I really wanted her to come, but she's scared. She's shy. She doesn't want to show her face. That's how bad it is.
So she has a lot of a deeper inner healing
That's damage.
journey.
She's
to take.
damaged.
Yep.
Yes.
And the next man that comes in her
That's
life.
trauma.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They have a
don't
lot
get
of work.
it.
They have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to do.
That's trauma. She has to heal herself first, and you
That's
know.
going to take time.
Yeah. So talking about abuses, so the men, some of them they know, or either they've had a past where they have
Yeah.
physically abused a woman, and they already have a record, and so they don't want to have another record.
Okay.
And so they have a lot of common sense in the sense that they will not hurt you, but they would abuse you emotionally to the point of you losing your mind. And
Yeah.
then they will go on to the next person and tell them that you are mad.
You are the problem.
Yes,
Yes.
You are insane. But so why do women stay in such abusive relationships? You know, we have something called trauma bonding. When you're dealing with
Exactly what I was
a
reading.
narcissistic, you know,
Those ones.
a narcissistic person,
A narcissist. Yeah.
you know, it's like they are hot today,
Tomorrow they are cold.
tomorrow, warm the next. So you never know what you have. You never know what you're dealing with, you know, at any given day. And, you know, the hope of a better tomorrow, especially when you're married to the person and there is a child involved or there are children involved, you are also hoping and praying that it gets better, you know. In my case, I, you know, woke up one day and found out that my husband had gone to marry another person
Without telling you.
in Ghana. A matter of fact, I didn't even know we had a problem.
Hey.
For me
That's a different topic.
for me to find out on Facebook.
Hey.
that-
Hold on.
Yes.
You and the rest of the world.
Yeah,
found-
we found on Facebook.
You and all the Facebook in-laws found on Facebook.
Yes. So the girl had posted the pictures on Facebook. So I'm lying down 3 a.m. in the morning thinking, did he go to somebody's wedding when he was in Ghana? Or was he so quickly, I quickly, made a few phone calls to some friends in Ghana that, one of them is a private investigator. And I said, hey, I want you to investigate this situation for me. My husband went to Ghana. He's back in the other room. I know that he's acting also cold and also crazy. But I see several pictures this person has posted on her Facebook. That person and I don't have any mutual friends. So, it will be God only that can let me even see it, because this person does not have
A mutual friends that it was shared by someone and you saw it.
But you follow your husband.
he doesn't even have a Facebook presence. He has removed himself from Facebook.
Of course.
So it was God that wanted you to see it.
Yes, and this girl has, no class relation. When I say no class, sometimes on Facebook you see someone you went to college with,
Right, class of this, class of that.
high school with, or
Yes.
some friend that
Right.
we have no mutual friends. And mind you, I come from a very refined background. When I say refined background, and she is not in any of the link tree. So this is, some type of classless person that's coming into the picture. And when my friend reached out to her and we found out that, she confessed to being married to the person. And in fact, she knew more about me than I did know about her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He already did a good biography of you.
Because this guy went and gave him my very best pictures because, to show it. And it's also psychological play.
So hold on.
Player.
So she came into the picture as what, a second wife? Does she know she's a second wife?
No, at this point, she's not even a second wife. Their marriage is illegal.
Convinced. Oh.
Their marriage is illegal, okay?
Oh my God.
Because that is called bigamy.
Yes. That
Right.
is called
And
bigamy,
it's-
and it's a crime.
It's a crime in
It's a
Ghana,
crime.
and it is a crime
Here.
Here too.
in America. So
Yes.
for 7 years, her marriage is not legally binding. This is going...
But in Africa, right, you don't
They don't
necessarily
care.
have to marry a woman through the law. It can be a custom marriage, and it's considered a marriage.
but it's still illegal.
Right.
It is still
As long
illegal.
as he's still married.
Yes,
Right.
it is still
It is
illegal.
illegal.
Unless we're
A mutual understanding,
Yes.
an agreement.
No,
right?
no, unless we belong to either a religious sect that says that,
He's entitled to marry as many wives.
but
as he
even
can.
then, the other female or the other wife would have to agree to it. If
That's
you're
what I'm saying.
Muslim.
So in Africa, for
Yes.
instance, you have to
Yes. Yeah.
agree before
you're
the man can do that.
The Islam, if you're Islam.
A Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Oh
But
my God.
anyway, so I'm just saying this to say that, case in point, the crowning moment for me finding out actually gave me insight as to why this man had been treating me like trash, emotionally, mentally, financially abusing me. Even the child that we have, neglecting the child by not playing a responsible role or doing the things that, being responsible. But he was
Right.
busy, working hard, double,
Girl, are you
triple.
explaining my story?
Of course. They are
Are you
working hard
explaining my
because
story?
Because now they're building houses,
my
quote
point. So
unquote, in Ghana.
he's working hard not for you.
Yes.
He's working hard for the other person.
Remember last topic we have? We touched on the same thing, right?
Something similar. Yeah.
Something similar. They go home, they save everything they can here, go home, settle over there.
Right.
Then both of us are working.
Yeah.
But you're taking your share of your money or whatever.
take it over there.
Take it over there and build a life.
Ouch.
Number one is cheaper
Of course.
to maintain a woman over there, and then not to take away too much from why do women stay, right? Maybe you should talk about why would women back home also agree to, to such events, to hurt another woman.
But women back home don't really investigate men from
no,
here.
they do. This one knew.
Some of
But
them
yeah,
have my
they-
picture.
some of them most of them don't.
Most of them won't,
Okay.
and they will
Mo-
tell you, I don't care.
And most of them are even excited that the man is from America, UK,
Yes, UK or
Canada,
whatever.
whatever.
Case
Yeah.
in point, because excuse me to say, because the poverty level is so much that women would
They will accept
agree
anything,
to
yeah.
anything.
Right.
And this is,
Yeah, some women,
this is the situation, right?
Right.
If you knew that the person was already there, why don't you wait for them to get a divorce before? I would not.
Or
for
maybe
the life
they'll
of
agree
me.
that, okay, if I'm ready to be a second wife, as far as you live in America, you're bringing the dollars, I'll be a second wife. And then they'll agree to it.
Okay. So, so emotional abuse can take on, different forms, like, being cold towards the person and, just raising hell, pure hell. Part of my story. I have basically lived 5 years of my life in front of you, the pain, the abuses, the neglect of even the responsibility to the little one, and all that. I have a text message that I pulled up recently because I needed some evidence for some cases that I'm working on, and I read a text message from one of the text messages from the girl saying that
The audacity.
she is the one that told him not to pay for the child's daycare fees. Mind you, this is yes, I have it here. on
The
my phone.
audacity. You are in
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, another time too, she would even send me a text message to tell me that she and her husband, the apartment.
Your husband.
No, she and her husband. Okay, she and her husband are giving me the opportunity to continue to remain in the house. That I wrote the how do you call it, that I also am part of the lease, right? That she and her husband gave me the opportunity because I'm disabled and I have a child. That's why they let me live in the house. And
That's
I'm-
a complete disrespect. Now he sold his wife to her.
Of course.
Because men would do this, right? In order for me to get Dion, I must manipulate Dion.
Right.
So I would tell you everything I can.
Right.
Even if my wife is 90% good.
Yeah.
In my eyes, she's
She's
the worst,
the worst,
person.
yeah.
So I would tell you everything worse about her so that you will believe. But women, when a man breaks up with a woman, don't sit and say, oh, he said it was her fault.
Bruh, don't judge.
No.
Because you don't know what is coming.
You don't know.
Okay, so this is what happened. I am not, mind you, I'm not the first wife or the second woman he's had a child with, right? Or been.
he's a community
serial-
project.
Oh, he is. He sure
Oh.
is. But let me
He's
tell
a
you,
town crier.
he's a town crier.
Ah,
no,
okay.
a town crier.
All right, okay. All right, so he goes around crying in every woman's closet.
Oh
okay.
my
I got it.
God.
But let me tell you, when I first met this guy, he told me a lot of things about the ex-wife, right?
A lot of bad things.
A lot of bad things, but I'm a very analytical person. So I listened without judgment. However, after marrying and living with him for 3 months.
Now you know probably how the ex-wife felt.
He was sitting down and I went to him and I called his name and he got my attention. I said, if this is how you lived with this woman, you have to get some elders to go and apologize because she has cursed you. I did. I told him that. I did.
How old is he again? How old is he?
In his 50s.
Oh, he's an immature 50. I'm sorry. He's an immature 50. Because you want to go sleep with a woman, leave me out of it. I have nothing to do with you. Because if you are like spreading my name around, trust me, when I'm ready to say stuff about you, you will not even believe it. You ever did anything like that.
So, but anyway, talking about emotional abuse, these are, so when you are sitting down there reading these text messages also from this girl back in Ghana.
That's an abuse.
Telling you all those
Who-
hurtful things.
Right.
Yes. Who, mind you, I had an accident when I was 9 years old and standing in front of my house. For this girl to write me letters to tell me that I am a useless animal, her words, that bafine, when someone calls you bafine, you cripple.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
crippled. Yeah.
It just hurt different. I mean,
Did you reply to her?
No, I never did.
No, you don't
Because
reply with
no,
this
you don't,
one.
because this is
No.
too much.
No, don't
Jessica,
reply.
What would I say?
That's
No,
what
I
I'm
never
saying.
did.
You
Don't
cursed
say
her.
anything.
No, I never did.
Oh, why didn't you curse
honestly,
her?
You know, one thing.
You should have cursed her and cursed her whole entire generation.
Besides that, Dion, I would have texted her and I would have told her, if you're planning to come to America, I will make sure you will never step foot here.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Oh, I never
I'm
did.
gonna
I
curse
never
you.
did.
I will curse you, curse all the babies that will come out of your womb.
Wait until he finds
I will
somebody
curse
else.
your whole entire generation. You are from Africa. Sometimes you got to let the Africa voodoo work.
Put it out there. Curse her.
So you know what? I didn't reply to the message. I pray to God, and I
Somebody
told,
said something. God is too slow. I'm gonna do it right now.
That's where the curse. That's
I
where the
did.
curse come in. It works fast.
Sometimes God is too slow.
I
You
prayed
take
to God.
forever. I'm gonna do it now.
but I pray to God, and
You know you can find shinap in this country, right?
But
I'm just saying.
Even wine.
I'm just saying. Just
So-
go to the African market.
It's there.
There's a schnapp there.
The great one. They get the small one.
Egg is very cheap when you go to
It's there
Costco.
too.
you know, because this was my life is as a providence of God, right? Just imagine standing in front of your house and an 18-wheeler smashes you and sandwiches you between 4 parked cars. All the
God.
cars were totaled. All the cars are totaled. Every one of those cars was replaced for the owners. My leg is amputated. God saved
Saved your
my life, right? So I had to bring the analysis to God. The God, it was in your wisdom, it was in your intellect that you saved me. This girl has not insulted me, but insulted your intelligence. Answer her for me. That's it. I'm
Oh,
done.
she's going to have her karma.
Oh,
It's
yeah, she
coming.
will.
So I'm done on that. But she kept insistently bringing the fact that I have a disability at every given opportunity.
Because
she
that's
gets.
what the man told
She's also
told
in
her.
that
She's-
category because she's not using her 5 senses.
So she has not even met me.
She's disabled in the brain.
in the brain.
So my one of my cousins said, this is enough. I have to reach out to this girl. My cousin never insulted her. I have the audios, and said, listen, you don't know my sister. I grew up with her. The miracle of my life. I graduated college in Ghana on 100% scholarship. I actually went and bought my own car at auction. Went to Togo, will buy stuff, come and give it on credit on my college campus, so I will have income. So no man actually sponsored me.
Sponsor you, yeah.
By God's miraculous provision, you know, I had these amazing family, you know, people that were missionaries that adopted me, and they would have me come. Second year in college, I came to America to get my leg done and all that. So my life has been beautifully held by God.
Yep.
That no man had to
Bible
give
said,
me
touch
money
not my anointed one.
to survive. You know, unlike her, this guy had to come and do Uber, do this, and all sort of ways to go
So
and
me
put
and
her
you
up.
are not even in the same class.
No, we are
honey.
not. No, we're not.
Because if he doesn't work 9 to 5, you cannot feed.
And besides, the things that he even told her about me are not even right. This is a
Obviously,
man.
he's not going to say anything right about you.
Oh yeah, but at this point, I already knew because he did it when he met me. Told the same things that he told about the ex-wife, and I realized 3 months. I went to him and I said, listen, if you told me all these things about her. And to the point that I had this other mindset, but now I see that it's your fault because it's hard to live with you, so you need to find some elders to go and apologize. You know, and I'm a very analytical, I'm a thinker, so. And I didn't need anything from him. You know, I didn't need basic things from him that would make me have to suck it up to him.
Right.
I wanted him to be a better man because I realized that, you know, there were some gaps in his character, gaps in his life that he could have done better. But he is afraid of he's afraid of dealing with his own self. Men that are narcissistic, they don't deal with their issues.
No, they don't.
just
They run
move
away from
on.
it.
They just and then they keep on hurting and abusing, other women. So anyway, I'm gonna just park it right here and let Jessica, because I know that Jessica has a lot to say. But,
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean, for me, honestly, Dion, let's look at the root cause of all of these abuses we're talking about. It derives from the home. Sometimes the parents. We talk about daddy issues. Some females that have daddy issues
A lot of females
will lay
have
down with
daddy
anyone that
issues.
showed them 5% of love.
Right.
Because you grew up in a home where you were consistently abused, like every day of your life. You didn't experience love. There was never a time where somebody told you are beautiful today, or you look good, or something.
Right.
So when you grow up in your adulthood, you start looking for love, even from friends. That's why most of the time you see somebody will tell you, "Oh, she and I were best friends, and I can't believe she betrayed me." She betrayed you because you were looking for love, and you thought you found love in her, so you open up yourself.
Yeah.
But females who grew up with a father and a mother, not necessarily together, but both parents are in that child's life, especially for girls, you realize that mom is there providing, dad is there providing. When that child grows up, that ego,
Yeah.
you can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
The moment you raise your fingers, they're gone.
Yeah.
Or you even hiss at them, they're gone.
Yeah. They know
Hiss at
better.
me, I'm gone. Because they know better. My daddy has it, I'm gone. My mom has it, I'm gone. But if you're coming from places like where we are coming from, hey.
okay. So fundamentally,
Yeah,
fundamentally, I would also say that I did not marry early, but I was blessed to have a lot of good men, wonderful men. I never chose any of them, to the point where I've even had the privilege of dating Caucasian men, right? And sometimes I remember, I would pray and say, God, I want, a white man with blue eyes, and then I'll find one, and then I will say, no, this time I want blue eyes and blonde hair.
Hey.
And then I would.
So you are
I was
just
still,
picking to telling God what
I was still finding.
You are really creating your own.
I know.
Your own man.
And then God also
You are
brought all
creating
of
your
them.
man in your head.
No, honestly, and then God also brought all of them. I'll show you a video.
So then why didn't you settle with him? Why did you choose this motherfucker? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people.
So what I want to point out is not because listen. I really want to share this story to help a lot of people. So that's why I'm here. Not because I just want to just come sit down and just talk for fun, but this is so important that even I lived with my stepfather, right? And my stepfather did not really I didn't know what a good man looked like growing up. I didn't know what a good man looked like, or that what I should choose. I had good men, and I felt like in a way, when I have been processing this information in my head a lot, especially lately, as to how did I end up here? Like, if you know I've had wonderful Christian men that I've walked with, dated. I never married them. Do you know why? They were together. When I say they were together, mentally, emotionally, academically, career-wise,
Everything is like right
they
on
are
point.
too good. But because I didn't know that the level of toxic upbringing, or background that I had, where I didn't have like a consistent fatherly
Father figure.
presence, right? And even also the father figure that was in my life was a terror to me. So maybe things that I could have brought to him that would have helped me get into proper alignment. Growing up, I did not, right? And so there were these things in me that even when, like I would say that these men that I dated before, I dated some wonderful men. We are still friends today, right? But I realized that all of these men, they're mama and daddy boys, right? Their parents live together. Their they don't have any brokenness in their family structure. And I mean, they were just too good for me, right? I didn't even know that was what was happening. But whenever we date and it gets to the point where it's like they're interested to get married, I just walk away, you know. But because I guess maybe it was just too good
to be true.
It was too good to be true.
But this one,
you just didn't believe that. And now the worst one came. That's the one she accepted.
My stomach.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what we are saying. The root cause of everything.
Yes.
Because
family structure
plays a huge role.
If I live in a home where constantly my mom is being abused by my father, let's say I didn't grow up with both of them, but I'm just saying
it's okay. You're used to that.
You are used to
toxicity.
it. You are used to yes. So once you grow up and you're in your home or have a relationship, that man also start to abuse you. You think that is okay. Because your mom went through it.
You know
and
that.
she'll come up wiping her face. You ask, Mommy, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. I was just thinking about something.
Yeah.
Be honest with the child. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the man.
Maybe the mothers just don't want you to know that, you know, the dad.
So she will hide it.
She will hide it.
And say, I'm doing it for my kids. Let me tell you something.
And protect the man rather.
Me, I'll be honest with anybody and everybody. If you like, you can say whatever you want to say. I have 2 beautiful twin girls. Mm-hmm. Am I going to put my life on the line? No, I can't. Because if I dropped today, who's going to take care of them? The next woman will not do what I do.
Yeah.
Then they'll find themselves struggling. God forbid going to my grave and say, Mom, I wish you was here.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I would do what I have to do to live for them. So that another woman will not take that place. Matter of fact, she can't even take my place. But will not treat them otherwise.
Right.
But will be that mom. Me, I want to be the mom for my kids until God calls me. Probably 120 years old.
Yeah.
So. But I'm not going to sit and allow another man to abuse me or a man to abuse me in front of my kids.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling them it's okay. Daddy didn't mean to that.
Yeah.
No.
So let's take it back to Africa. Africa especially, a lot of the reason why I know a lot of these women are staying in abusive relationships, 2 things. The children, number 2, religion.
Religion and stabilization.
Chai.
Yes. They want to be stable in
Religion
the home.
plays such a huge role.
The pastor will pray for you before.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. So, you know, our family structure back home.
Because I have a friend back home, and you finish. I'll tell you her story.
Yeah, so the family structure back home is, you know, mom and dad at home. And also we do have extended family members who would also come and sit down and, you know, try to bring it together.
Talk to the man.
To make it work, right?
How does this work?
And in this situation, I would say that a familiar person, right? You know, ex-wife, they had this tumultuous situation whereby he brought the wife and into America when he had impregnated another woman, and so when this lady comes, another family member breaks the news to her, and so that means that whilst this other girl was pregnant, went ahead and brought the one that he was already talking to back home into the States, and that marriage was fundamentally full of troubles, you know, and eventually, you know, this person went back to Ghana. You know, Ghana, you can do jinahoji, you know, you can just pay bribe, and then, jinahoji, like you pay bribe and then they will do the divorce for you. It's not like here where they would take their
through
time.
like protocols, right?
So he went there, and then, you know, they did the divorce for him, but the family talked about it, you know, and then they brought them together, and their second child comes in, but it was still very, very, very rocky situation. And you know, eventually they did what? They went their separate ways, right? and then I come in without knowing this level of toxicity.
What went right?
The history, right? The history, yes, the history. You know, they will tell you in a sweet way, so you have the story. They don't have the full story until it hits you. And then you sit down there, you start analyzing, you start putting it together, and you realize, oh, you are part of something big.
Yeah.
That is, so now it's like, okay, it's on you to unravel the mystery and then right the wrong, because now you have a seed invested in this toxic trait, right? And you're a Christian woman.
And the Bible said, "Thou shalt not divorce."
Well,
That's what the pastors will tell you.
Where in the Bible God said, when I'm not happy, I should stay there?
well, the Bible.
If you tell me that, I want to ask you that question. If you tell me God forbid divorce or doesn't, where in the Bible God said when he's abusing me, I should stay? Show me that.
That concept, right? I went to a birthday party and I met this, some church people. I used to go to church with them, and they were talking about how God don't like divorce. God hate divorce. Blah 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 blah. So, okay, so what happened if the man is abusing the woman? Do you know what these two ladies told me? Well, if the man is abusing the woman, it means that God's hands is not in the marriage.
So which marriage God hands is in?
So, so I said, okay, so what? And then they were like, yeah, because like God first in every marriage, right? So God is supposed to be in the marriage. And if God is the one choosing the woman for you or the man for you, then that God don't make mistake. So God is not going to bring you someone that is going to abuse you. I said, that is bullshit. The choices that you make ain't got nothing
God ain't
to
make
do
those
with that
choices
man over there.
for you. Yes.
It has nothing to do with that man over there. So just because when I heard, and I can't hear from God, when God said something I didn't hear, and I went over there because I love this man, right? And then I fell in love, married this man, and then 5 years down the line, I'm being abused.
5 years.
I can't live because God is not the one that gave me the man, so I should stay in the relationship and die. Are you serious?
So
and that is what is happening when it comes to religion, right?
Yeah.
It's like this, not all, but some men of God, they will not wait until you are literally like halfway dead.
You are dead. Halfway is an understatement because they will still say, God revealed to me.
Yeah. And didn't one singer die?
Yes,
actually?
in Nigeria.
Yes. So
And another one just died a few days ago.
Hey,
From Uganda. She's an athlete.
she was just in France.
She was just in
running.
France.
And then, and is 2 weeks after France, maybe 3 weeks. Because, the Olympics just ended.
But, Dion, let me just say this to the audience. And as we are all sitting here, maybe somebody is, is right now in that same position, but don't know how to get out and don't know what to do. But I think based on our experiences, you can talk to someone and also relate to them.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not going to go into details, but I'll tell you, I had daddy issues.
Okay.
Once upon a time, I had daddy issues. Now, I grew up without my mom, without my dad. So I grew up with my foster family. So growing up, typical African home, especially is not your family.
Right.
There was not a day where you felt love. Every day, if it's not screaming, it's cussing, until when you're coming home, you're scared to come home. And then people touching on your body as a female,
Oh, God.
as a child. You can't even say anything because you're threatened.
Right.
So I grew up with that mindset that it was okay. Because even if you say something, they don't even believe you.
Yeah, they won't.
So now you grow up traumatized,
Yeah.
but you don't realize that you are traumatized.
Yeah.
And that you are going through, some mental issue one way or the other. So me growing up, I didn't like people to scream at, because once you scream at me, I get frightened. Because that's how I grew up. Every day somebody's screaming at me. So now, me growing up, I got clinched to abuse. So abusing me, just how I was growing up in my foster home, because if they abuse me, it's okay. I don't have nowhere to go. So I will stay. No matter how many times you whip me, I will still be there. Because you put me out today, where am I going? I don't even know if my mom or my dad, are. Where would I go? I will stay there, you do whatever. So now it became a norm for me, where I have to stay with you in order to gain that security. Because I want to go to school. I don't want to be like other people out there. So no matter what you do to me, I'm there. And then the first abusive relationship that, I got out. I took my school paper, my slippers plus my clothes. I was out. I never returned to that home. Yes. The second time, it happened again. This time around, this guy put his shoes on my head when I was lying down. Yeah, I'm being honest with people. Because if I can come out of that situation, you can also come out of it. It's not normal for any woman to go through, especially as young as I was in my 20s. It's not normal. I should be experiencing love and gifts and travel, luxury life. Instead, suffer was my portion. And now, I didn't learn from that lesson. When that guy say he doesn't want me, Charlie, I go cry tired. You know, believe. Like, you start, there's something that will draw you back to that thing. You constantly find yourself going back. That story passed. Second, because me, I love relationship. 5 years, I stay with someone in the same house, playing wife. 5 years. When he's ready to drag me, floor mat, mop, is even better than me. I'm telling you. Even his mom looked at me to tell me, my son can never marry you no matter what you do. Yes. So I went through hell in that one. And I was still waiting for him to change. When is he going to change?
No, they never
change.
After 5 years?
But I still didn't see it. I was like, it will be okay. I'll pray about it. He will change. Mind you, this man was also not only physically abusive towards me, emotionally.
Oh, God.
Not just that, sexually too. That's one abuse that people don't know. Sexual abuse exists.
It does.
That one too. Moreover, I like to say talking abuse because he can talk like a woman. Like, no, I kid you not, dear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they can talk.
Even when I'm sleeping, right? I'm sleeping. This guy is sitting on the floor, just talking.
Doing what? Talking about what?
I should wake up so we can fix things.
Fix
3
what?
o'clock in the morning. I should wake up so we can fix what?
That's part of mental abuse.
Mental abuse.
Yeah.
So now it got to a point where I started looking at myself like, I deserve better. And I may not be the most prettiest person or more beautiful or tall or whatever, but I have some qualities in me you will not find somewhere else, no matter where you go.
You're unique.
Because I would treat you like how I want someone to treat me. But this guy was getting money, going out, flexing, leaving me at home constantly.
Probably with another girl.
The last time, yes, he was. And this girl used to call. Oh, Lord, forgive me. This guy was dating someone. I remember the girl's name. Her name is Evelyn. When I asked him who was Evelyn, because I had 7 dogs in my house back in Ghana, he said, Evelyn is the lady who supplies dog food. You never brought dog food to the house. You never brought dog food to the house before. So which dog is she supplying? Is it you?
The next door neighbor's dog.
No, it's him.
him.
He is the dog.
He's the dog.
So she's supplying him. So it got to a point where I stopped asking questions. I stopped caring. What I did to myself, I went to school. And I started educating myself more. I started prepping myself for that day where I'll pick up my slippers and my school paper again and go. And this time around, I didn't go. I put him outside. Because I wasn't living my comfort. For you. I made sure, because as an abusive person, when you're dealing with them, you have to be careful.
Yes.
Don't tell them you are leaving them.
Oh, they'll kill
They
you.
will kill you.
Yeah.
He almost killed me when I told him I was leaving. So I learned my lesson. I waited for him to travel overseas. When he left, I said, okay, it is over. If you can fly in my sleep and come and kill me, it's up to you. but I am done with you. And I was done. And this man cried like a baby.
Are you kidding me?
Because every place or places he went and slept and found women, he never found somebody like me who was there and took every bullshit of yours. I took it from you. Another woman will never take it. That's why they fail to realize God saying to you, a good woman, you do what? You abuse her. Because you think she have nowhere to go. We are human. When a woman checks out mentally,
Oh, they're gone.
physically, that's all that's
Peace
left.
out.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Mind you, the next person that came after that relationship felt every trauma that I went through. Even till now, and I'm very bold to say, even if you watch it, I consistently apologize for the way I treated him. Because I felt like he was coming to do the same thing to me again. So instead of you to abuse me, oh yeah, let me be the one to abuse you this time around. So I was not physically, but I didn't treat him like I did my 5 years relationship. Because the two people that actually abused me, I was with them exactly 5 years. So 10 years of my life I wasted trying to please.
People, the men.
So this time around was 2 years. I said, you will not do that to me. I'm not going to give you the chance to. So whatever you ask me to do, I won't do it. I will do what I want to do.
Were you working?
I was working.
Because most of the time, I know that these
I was
men,
doing business at the time. So
these men have more of an upper hand. If you are not working, you are like the typical housewife.
So my first one, I wasn't working. I was a student. I was very young. So he preyed on me.
Right.
He took that advantage of me. The second one, we were working together doing business. And most of the money that we were making, he was using it to flirt and add like Bill Gates' last child.
Right.
Living his life as he wants to.
And you're saving.
While I'm saving, he's collecting.
Yeah.
He even built a house for his mom in Winneba for my own money. I sweat. He built a house, 3-bedroom house for his mom with my money.
Right.
So and the thing is, so that was physical and emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Financial
When I got married,
Financial abuse.
when I got married, that's when I even experienced emotional abuse to the highest. So that's the one that killed. If you think physical abuse killed,
No, emotional abuse is
try
more
emotional
dangerous.
abuse.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous because I live with a narcissist. Yes, I live with should I say OCD chronic? But,
Right.
but trust
OCD
me,
chronic.
Yes, that's how I called him, OCD chronic, because everything irritates him. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go in detail, Dion, because you know most of the story.
Yeah.
But I live in a place where with my kid's dad, to even pick up a spoon to eat was a problem. Because when you're eating, you're thinking that once you leave it, he might come and take it and wash it and put it back to where it belongs.
Right.
You know, now your home is not a home. Your home is a house.
You're not
There's a
being
difference
comfortable.
between a
A
home,
home and a house. Yeah.
So now everything in that house has to be, like my foster grandma used to say, spink and span. It must be crystal clear. The kids are not allowed to play because they'll put their hands on the wall. They'll mess up
Oh
the
my
place.
God.
So it's like we were living with our landlord.
Wow.
You know, you can't do certain things. Everything irritates him to the last. Even when he sits in your car, he's packing stuff in your car.
Hey.
Like, this is mine, leave it. I put it there. It's my shoes. I put it there for a reason. Don't take it out. Don't take it until I'll be asking, I had this receipt. Who took it from there? Oh, I thought you didn't want it, so I threw it away. Why? So over a decade, a year,
You have to go through.
I had to go through that. And then one day I look at myself in the mirror. I say, hey, listen,
Why am I
I have to
even-
slap myself. You were there 5 years. Somebody almost took off your teeth. Another 5 years. They put shoe on your head.
Right.
And say all kinds of things. Even make sure you have to pierce your lip because of the way they hit your head. Something pierced your mouth. And that thing remained there. And now you are in another one. This one is killing you slowly. Because I was depressed.
Yes.
I was depressed.
Yes.
Why? Another reason why women stay in an abusive relationship, I had 2 kids. And I'm asking myself, because he have already put it in my head, you have 2 kids, who wants
Who's
you?
gonna want you?
It's true.
So now I'm thinking to myself, right?
No man
if
want
I
a baby
leave,
mama.
I have 2 kids. Who's going to want me and love them? Am I going to be introducing them to every man I see? No. So I would just stay and work it out. Guess what he was doing?
Mind you, he's moved.
He was living his life. He checked out though.
Oh, yeah, yeah, he
I
was-
was still checked in.
Yeah.
My money has not finished yet
Yeah.
from the hotel room. I've still checked him. I'm still in that hotel.
Right.
While he checked out, he was living. I mean, maneuvering from black to white. Me. I was being the godly one praying. Dion, I had 2 dresses, striped. Remind me, I'll take a picture for the audience to see. I used to wear it every day. when I take shower, I'll go and wear that same dress.
Why?
Depression.
Depression.
Oh.
I didn't see the beauty in me, or I didn't see what I want at the time. It took someone from my past to help me come out of that thing and said, you are too good for it. Like, my husband was so controlling to the point where even if at all we get to go out one day, not on a date, because I don't remember when we went on a date, but maybe say Dion invited us to somewhere, he'll go and pick exactly what he wants me to wear, how I should look.
Hey.
Hey.
Because you have to impress.
I have to impress. And then he would go and be like, oh, they were looking at my shoes. It cost $1,000. My belt, this one. And I asked him, who's walking around with name tag and price on their shoes?
Yeah.
Live a little, forget about who looking at you. People ask me today if I'm a model or if I'm a this.
Hey.
You think highly of yourself.
Yeah.
So me now, I'm living with you. I'm not free to wear
anything
or do what I
Yeah.
want.
See, these kinds
'Cause
of
you are
men, Jessica,
controlling me.
they are self-obsessed.
Yes, with themselves.
So not that they're high value men.
No, they're not.
No,
They're not.
Oh,
They're
hell no.
self-obsessed. They're self-obsessed. They're
They're
obsessed
just
with
obsessed with
Yes.
themselves. Like they want to look better. They want to, by all means, at all costs, no matter what medication it is, they will lose weight after every relationship. That's mental sickness to the highest degree.
Yeah.
Because this particular person that I have experienced had lost, intentionally lost weight from the previous relationship. So when I met him, he had been losing weight, and I thought, why bother?
Are you not
And then
eating?
from me,
Are you not eating?
Right.
from then he was taking medication to lose the weight. This is a man, and lately I have been thinking about a lot of them. Like, so this guy, he's self-obsessed, and I thought, oh well, he's been health conscious, right? But I also know a lot of high value, real high value men.
High value men doesn't think of themselves. They're not self-conscious.
They are already.
Yes.
They're already high value.
They've already made. They are made.
They're
Yeah.
not. They're not trying to impress
no,
anybody.
they don't.
But but this type of men that we are encountering for reasons best known to our upbringing or
Our mind.
the lack thereof. They are self-obsessed, and it's to the point of how do you call it, mental disorder, right? Like
But they don't realize that they're going through that.
no, they don't know. They don't know.
Because I used to
see
tell
it.
my own. I said, when you stand in front of the mirror, what do you see? What reflection do you see?
No, they don't see it.
They don't see it.
They don't. They have no. They don't have the ability to self-reflect like you and I. That we sit down there. We are analyzing why we are even attracting such toxic men.
Yes.
Right. They don't have, because if they do, why is it that he went from Abena to Linda to Jessica to
Just
another
going and just going
person
and just
to
going.
me, then to the next, and trust and believe there will be another one.
Oh yeah,
Because
of course.
unless they do the inner work,
Yeah, there will always be someone.
why bother with the physical? Every lady they leave, they're working on their physical body to attract the next one.
Does he go to the gym? He looks good.
No, this one is not a
Sweetheart.
gymmer.
Sweetheart, mine used to go to the gym.
Yeah, his
from 11
husband
a.m.
is a model.
Oh, okay.
Listen, from 11 a.m. Who gyms from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.?
Announces that.
Let me tell you.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. He's going to the gym. Guess what came from out of the gym? Our whole fiance came from out of the gym.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
And
Because they're looking for their next
Yes.
supply. They're never satisfied.
They're
Because,
never satisfied.
They don't derive. They don't have the sense of self value. Their value
you're
does
too
not come
cautious.
from
You want
themselves.
people to see
So
you
it's always
for what you see
He
yourself
still goes to the
be.
gym.
the next supply. They
I don't
always
know.
they get
He-
high. Yeah.
I've been out. That 2 years I took, Dion, I worked on myself without anyone. This time around, I worked on myself. Even Axel should tell you, I stopped talking to her. I stopped talking to a lot of
Yeah.
people. And then my church, that's when the pastor comes in. Because me, I'm a very stubborn person when I want to be. My pastor said, oh, you guys got married in the court. Don't divorce. Come to the church. And we'll
bless
do church.
it. And bless the toxic.
You know what I asked him? I said, Reverend, tell me, do you want me to fool all those people that will be sitting there, for me, walking and pretending like I'm happy, when I know deep down inside of me, this man and I can't stand each other? Why am I deceiving people?
Yeah.
And he stood by me. You know what I did? I stopped going to that church. When they asked me, I said, I'm busy. I took that time to make my own decision, to reflect on what I wanted, what I want at that moment. You know what I wanted? What I want was to get out. Yeah. And I took that time and I got out.
You educate yourself. You empower yourself.
I got out of it. Simple. Because I don't want when we were getting together, enjoying ourselves every night, you wasn't there.
Yeah.
We were making babies, you wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now that it's time for me to walk away, when I know that it's not right for me, where are you coming from?
Yeah. Now, talking of making baby, this is just a side question because I know he liked going to the gym. At the time when you guys were going through your, situationship, when he comes home and he takes off his shirt, how do you feel?
I don't feel nothing.
Oh shit!
You know why? Let me tell you why.
Emotional
No.
connection,
For me,
right?
it was not even emotional connection because first of all, my feelings even died. First of all, and then secondly, we're living in the same house, living separately. So you were sleeping somewhere else. I was sleeping somewhere else. So summer, winter, fall, and spring, I was by myself. He was also by himself in his own room. So you created that gap between us. For years and years and years, we live apart in the same house. But people think that you are living this perfect life. So during my separation and divorce, people didn't know. People thought we were still together and everything. No. I took that time off to heal myself, to go through every mental challenges that I had, psychological and emotional and everything else. And I came out of it. I came out of it by God's help.
Yes.
Because psychologically, I was damaged. Mentally, I was gone. Depression, anxiety was my two best friends. So I had to walk out of it without anybody giving me suggestions.
Right. Yeah. At what point do we say, enough is enough? Leave.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you at what point I said it was enough for me.
But you were married for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. But it took you up to 10 years for you to leave.
It actually took me up to 8 years.
Okay. But that's still
long.
Long, yeah.
That's still long.
I mean, a lot of marriages don't last this long.
The last 2 years.
A lot of marriages don't last this long.
No,
so, yeah.
No, I held it down because the common saying that women are the one who really hold the marriage relationship.
Statement.
That's what they say. Yeah. And the reason why I decided to disconnect myself within that 2 years was because for the 8 years, if I call someone to complain, nobody is telling you the truth.
Yeah.
They're telling you, oh, stay, it will get better. Oh, he's a man. Oh, every husband goes through that. All men are the same.
What do you mean all men are the same?
No, mine should not be like yours.
No, exactly.
Yours should not be like mine. So if mine is not treating me the right way, that means you accepted yours being like that.
Yeah.
So that means you are telling me that I've been there before you 20 years, so just accept it.
Yeah.
So I was accepting it with the notion of who will help me take care of my kids. And I live in this big and fancy house. Where am I going to start over? Trust me, where I live right now, I am the happiest person ever. I don't even think about my $500,000 home I used to live in. Because what matters to me right now is the peace that I get.
Yes.
What matters to me then was how I will make sure you are okay. Your food is prepared. Everything is ready on time. But trust me, you don't give a shit about me. I do give a shit about you. At what point you tell yourself, enough is enough? I told myself enough is enough when he wasn't coming home on time. Again, when he wasn't warming my bed like a husband's supposed to warm. Instead, he was warming somebody else's bed. At what point did I tell myself I was done? Is when I saw my self-worth. When I look in the mirror and say, Jessica, stop wearing black, wear yellow. Walk outside and let people see you. Stop putting on some makeup. Fix your hair. Take care of yourself. Go back to school. Put yourself in school. Do something. And I tell you something. Me, I'm not ashamed to say whatever. I came to this country. I didn't finish high school. I struggled to write my GED. And I asked my husband over and over for years to help me. He refused. Sorry, viewers, some of you are going through it, but you don't care. And I'm going to tell you, if you are going through this situation, you better get out, because that man doesn't care for you, he cares for himself. So, you know when I wrote my GED? When he and I broke up.
I believe it.
All the time we were together, I was focusing on you. Forgetting to
See,
know that I do have a life.
energy they bring is so
Yes.
toxic and divided, that it just sucks the energy
Out of you.
or the life out of you. So you can't even concentrate to make any progressive decision that's going to
Yes.
benefit your own self.
Right.
So
And
emotional abuse is when your husband comes home and doesn't talk to you. When you ask him, how was your day? Did I tell you my day wasn't fun?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah.
Emotional abuse is when you cook and he passed by your food.
you won't eat it.
He won't eat, or he will just and leave it. Your food that he used to be salivating on before, licking his 5 and 10 and plus his
Yeah.
toes. Now he's no longer interested. Or mine used to go and do his own grocery shopping and bring it.
Oh, yeah.
And emotional abuse is when he comes home and go and sit by himself. Now, I tell people out there, Dion, when you want to buy a house, do not buy a house with 4 or 5 stories. You know what you're doing?
You're separating
You're
yourself.
separating your family. Buy something like this. Just one step, go up and come down.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's rooms
You see each
everywhere.
other.
You see each other every day. Me, I live in a 4-story. When you go up, I won't see you till the next day. Maybe after 2 days, because everything else is up there.
Yeah.
But then you coming down.
So whatever that he's doing upstairs, you probably don't
I
know.
don't even know.
When he's talking like 3 different women,
I
you'll
don't
never
even know. Because I'm in my room, I'm sleeping. Then when you talk, we live in the same house, so what? No, you're not understanding what you're doing.
Yep. Yep.
You were dividing the Red Sea.
Yeah.
You're on that side, I'm on this side. People are crossing through. You are picking yours. That's how life is. Now, when I gain my self-worth, I change my wardrobe, change my shoes, change the way I look. Now I started going out consistently. Every weekend I'll go out. I don't even care. I have a friend who once I call her, she said, let's go. I'll just go. Even if I don't have anything out there at that
Yeah.
time,
Yep.
I'll
Let's
go.
Yeah.
And if he asks me, don't ask me. When you were doing yours, I didn't say anything to you. Allow me to live my life.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. That's good.
Until one day he told me it was in December, I don't remember what year. He said, it seemed like everything I did to you, are doing it back to me.
Oh, at least he has self-reflection.
You know what I asked him? This is what I told him. I said, point your finger at me. He did. I said, how many is coming back to you?
Oh.
He said 3. I said, that's it.
That's it.
So God doesn't like ugly. Whatever you did to me, I gave my strength and I'm living my own life. So it took me courage, prayers, and a lot of, I don't know what word to use to myself.
Grits.
Yes.
Grits.
For me to walk out of that.
Grits.
With no regrets.
Grace and grace.
And I'm going to end it with you, Akwesua. At what point did you say enough is enough?
Yeah.
How long? I mean, how long did you stay in the marriage?
You'd be surprised. He before the first year, before we even hit our first years, when he went to get married to another female. I wouldn't call her a woman because women actually
Another bitch.
women empower themselves, and true women do not call other women out of their names. And so I would say another female, right? But I stayed 7 years on. But I would say that the 5th year mark is
Okay.
when I started also working on myself.
Okay.
I had been working, but I pivoted my career. I did a career change, developed my skills to, like a high value skill base. Also started working on my, internally. And also when I saw that the work that I had been doing inside was so good, I didn't want the toxicity to come back, because he was so toxic that he would, sometimes come back. And then when you tell an adult, they will say, that's your husband. And technically it's true, right? So he would come and sleep with you and mess up the whole origin. When I say
God.
origin, right?
Yeah.
And I have said that to myself, that was worse than rape.
That's why. That's it.
That
Emotional abuse.
after
right
he
there
had
too.
gone to marry, and then it will be like, then you don't know. But this guy is a deceiver. So he'll come back and he will try to, that's emotional manipulation out there. That's evil, right? He'll come just sexually take advantage of you. And then, it's like,
because you're a wife, you're not supposed to complain. So
and
you will
then,
lay right there like a missionary. They do what they want.
Yeah. And then then it's like, okay, well, it seemed like he's changing. Right. But then he will go right back to, the details are horrible, that I don't even want to go there. And to the point, I'm like, okay, I don't, this is evil. The spirit that comes with him is so toxic and demonic that I'm fixing myself spiritually. I want my relationship with God back.
Yeah.
I don't know what birds he's feasting on, right? But I know that I'm feasting on some holy stuff.
Yeah.
So I want my alignment with God back. And I'm not getting no alignment with him. I want my son to have a better alignment also. So we're in church. We're doing spiritually well. I really wanted spiritual stability.
Mine was spiritual than I was.
And I wanted mental and emotional stability.
Yeah.
So for him to even come and it was toxic. And once I took that decision and started moving forward, for me my work was internal. It wasn't the physical adorning of my body. I empowered myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and because I'm also realizing that if this is a pattern with this man, I want to raise a sunshine, a son who is going to protect women.
Not abuse women.
Not abuse women. And my son is the most tender, God-loving young man, already. So I knew that there was a big work and a big fight for me to do. So when I started working on myself, I saw that he was too dirty. I didn't want him in my realm. I didn't want him in my space. So that's when I checked out.
When you checked out, do you feel free?
I feel free. I feel empowered. I see him and I feel sorry for him because, he's doing the same thing, working on the body, dressing up.
When you look back, do you regret meeting him?
I do. I regret meeting him because when I met him, I was not in love with him. I was going to ask you the same thing. He, talk, how do you call it? Narcissistic people. And I didn't know anything about narcissism until I met him, right? I didn't know
always
anything.
believe their own lies and believe their own
because
things.
I grew up in the church and I've met wonderful Christian men who are from good homes. So I never been in a toxic relationship. Like I said, all the guys that I dated, not many, right? That I've been in a serious, I'm still friends with till today, right? So this is different one. This is so different. And how do you call it? What was the question again?
I was asking that if you look back, like,
I do regret. I do regret, but because, and I also regret that not listening to my instinct because I was like, okay, this guy, we don't have a lot in common. Academically, I'm not attracted to that, level of, person. Emotionally, I didn't detect emotional intelligence.
Oh God, that's even worse.
But this guy, he was love bombing, right? We lived an hour apart. He had 2 full-time jobs. Mind you, this is not a white-collar job. These are very hard jobs, right? But he would drive 2 times a day to come see me.
So you felt that it was love. If somebody can drive
not that I even felt like it because I had tasted love. Remember, I've dated even Caucasian men, right? So I already know, and I was not moved. I had class. I was already in a place, right? And he said, if you don't marry me, you're gonna regret. I took a picture that day. He said that. I took a picture of him and I sent it to him at a point in time. And
so he made you feel like he's like the best.
He didn't even make me feel that way. It was, when he started coming and started expressing that as for him, he just want to get married. He just want to get married. I'm like, listen, take your time.
I mean, there was something he saw in you that he wanted to get out of you.
Yes, that's usually that they like for how do you call it, the narcissistic men, they're attracted to your light. They see that there's something, there's strength in there, so they suck it all out. That's, they love he love bombed me. He saw that I had a father, like I didn't grow up with my father. And he actually also brought up a story that he also did not grow up with his father, but it was more crooked.
Oh, he preyed on you.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did.
Yeah,
It was more crooked. It was his line was so crooked that I already knew I just didn't want to have anything to do with him. But when he said, when he said that, because he could tell that I was hesitant, and when he said that you could just take me and help me be the kind of man that you want, I thought, oh, that's a humble approach. But that was a lie, right? That was a lie
to deceive you.
Not only that, he had my whole family bamboozled because my family also stood on his side and said, hey, this guy is interested. What are you waiting for? I am the type where then the man will come. Like I said, I've dated amazing, wonderful Christian men, right? And they would, when they come, I'll pray about it, and I'll just let him go. So this time they were like, no, don't do that. There's no perfect man out there.
So take him.
So, accept. And you know what? They were not wrong, except that this was just a wrong person. So, yeah, I do regret meeting him, because I almost lost my life if God had not saved me again. So I would say that when I was born was my first birth. My second birth is when God delivered me from the accident. And this is my third life. So listen, it's precious to me.
It's precious. Last
precious.
question to you, and I'll ask the same question to Jessica. If you had to go back to the 18-year-old version of you, what would you change?
Oh my gosh, 18-year-old of me was very wise, very empowered, very brilliant, I wouldn't change anything about 18 years old. I wouldn't. But I would change the 30-year-old me that became complacent, at that time, and accepted, a relationship that for me, I had already put in my no-go zone, right? I just allowed it. It's like, well, maybe I started doubting my own
Ability.
I started doubting my own what's the word I want to use? What's the word? It's a word. Standards that I had placed on myself. I started thinking, well, maybe my standards are too high, and it was. You know what? Let me tell you.
Sometimes I don't think it's wrong having a high standard.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it wasn't. But I let me tell you, I had not met a fool yet, because my standards were so high that you would even have to be. No, you wouldn't even come. But let me tell you, fools. They see the standards, but they come anyway. But then again, hey, he got me beat.
You're right.
He did. He got me beat.
Yeah. Jessica, what about you? If you have to go back to the 18-year-old.
I would change a lot. I would. The first thing would be, don't let anyone walk on you. And don't accept any bullshit because you want a stable life.
Right.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
I would have changed a lot of things about me. Yeah, if I had to go back to my 18 years, sitting here right now, I do feel sorry for myself when I was 18. I honestly do. Because everything that I've learned over the years and my experiences and all that I've been through have shaped me to the woman I am today. That at this age, I'm not going to allow another man or another female friend do whatever you want.
Right.
Because I need your company. Or because I need your
That's
love.
good.
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
There's a reason why God gave me two beautiful children. If I don't have friends
You have
and I don't have a relationship, I have my two girls. I can call them in my room. I sit them down, bit by bit, and tell them who mommy is.
Right.
Don't make that mistake. At this age, I don't want them to make the mistake I made when they turn 18.
You have work to do.
So I do everything I can
Yes.
to make sure they don't lack anything.
Right.
I do, even though their father and I are not together, but I created that common ground so that he is involved. Because regardless,
yes.
they will be the one to go through it.
Yep.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want them to grow up with that self-respect and that confidence and knowing that even though my parents aren't together, but they still joined forces and made us who we are.
That's true.
Now, to the question you asked her, I don't regret ever meeting him because that was placed in my life. It's fate.
Right.
Good women always attract bad people.
Ah,
I'm just going to say that.
preach.
I'm just going to put it right there.
Yeah.
The ones who show us love, it's scaring me.
Yeah.
The one who can't both sides is the one who say, oh my God, he's so cute. Yeah, would do that. I don't regret because I have two beautiful girls. I have. Because all my life, I didn't have kids by anyone else. So here he came 3 months rather, into us meeting. I got pregnant with these beautiful kids. So I don't regret.
And they're twins, so that's
know, right?
double the
What
blessing.
I
What I'm
regret
looking for, actually.
in
You
that
will get it.
relationship or in that marriage is what I accepted.
That's true.
How I undermined myself and how I put my self-worth under my feet and walked on it. And why did I allow you to bring my self-esteem down so low to the point where I couldn't find it? It vanished. It had to take me 2 years to build me. At a certain time, Dion, you remember, I couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
I was always so quiet.
Yeah.
Because
Dion has seen my
that was not me.
My
I've always
lowly
been
place.
that bubbly person,
Yeah.
you know. So if I ask you, if I'm sitting here regretting anything, not him. It's what I accepted.
Right. Right.
That's
Yes.
good.
Because I accepted something.
That's true.
If I didn't accept it, you wouldn't have done it.
Right.
If I had told you, maybe if I did something, probably doing what I'm doing right now and leaving and not thinking about who is going to love me, who is going to be with me. God will never bring you to where you are and leave you hanging. That was my prayer to him. I read my Bible, Psalm 35. I pray over myself and my children. You didn't bring me this far to leave me. You give me 2 years to self-reflect if this is what I wanted to do. And I say it's what? And you paved that way for me to be where I am today. I'm in school. I have a job. I have everything. If I didn't have these things, then I would have said I made a mistake. But no, even my kids would tell you, Mommy, we can breathe. So that means it says a lot to me. It says that I made the right choice. I made the right decision. So I don't regret meeting him. I regret accepting the things that I accepted from him.
That's good.
At this point in my life, Dion, you can even be Jesus himself, Almighty God. He never accepted from you.
Yep.
No matter what you're doing for me, I can do
Yeah.
it for myself. I'll walk away from you ASAP. Find somebody else who can take your bullshit, not me. And that's how they build us. All of these abuses that we go through. Now, the next person that come to show you love, they're the one that go through.
Exactly. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's where I am right
Yeah.
now. And for me, it's very quick for me to love someone.
Right.
I can love you and give you my everything inside of me. So I tell people, right, I'm not colored. I'm not chameleon. I'm black or I'm white.
You tell the truth, yes.
Yeah. What you see is what you get. You don't get something else. I will love you. I will care for you. I will do everything. The day I flip, I become a total different person.
Right.
So just maintain me as I am. Don't allow me to show that other side.
Exactly.
Because then and women, people don't realize that that's a power that we possess.
Yes.
A man can cheat, Dion, and you will know that your husband is cheating.
Of course, the
a
instant.
woman will cheat. A man will never know.
Yeah.
The wisdom that we have as females, we overlook ourselves too much.
Yeah.
We do. We allow these men to buy ladders of construction companies in their mind, use it to climb on us and sit on top of our head.
Yeah.
Until they're using, back then they have this toy thing that they will use to be controlling, I don't know, they'll fix it out of wood.
Oh,
At that time, we didn't have TV. So
That's true.
they'll put a little box.
Yeah.
And then that's how these men will use her. Lift your hand, you lift it. Bring your leg here. Because even sexually, there's sexual abuse.
Yeah.
You come and you take off your clothes, you take it off.
Yeah.
Lay down, you lay
Do
down.
you remember what we did last 2 weeks?
Yes.
Lie down.
Lie down.
Open your legs.
Open. There you go. Man, you are just there.
Yep.
You don't have you don't have a saying of your own. So for me, I don't want no female.
So we are
Go through what we're going
vetting better, you know, because the self-reflection and the work that needs to be done in the inside is so hard that once you get to that place, it's number one, you don't want to have anybody even in your space.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
doesn't need to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
You're okay. I'm good.
This is powerful. I love this. I know last 2 weeks we had a lot of banter, but I love this. It's quiet. It's very informative. And it's also very educative.
Mr. Tintin is
Mr.
not here.
Tintin is not here. But I love this. And yeah, this is a lot of women go through this every day. They don't talk about it. Some are talking about it now. Now, women are more vocal than it used to be before, right? But when you live in a country like United States, you have that kind of excessive freedom to really be vocal. But some other countries, you don't get to have that. It's just unfortunate, right? But as you said, because that's the reason why I asked, like, at what time did you realize that, like Deuces, like, I can do this anymore, right? And I hope that a lot of women out there find that same strength and be able to realize their self-worth and say that, hey, don't make that kind of decision because of kids. And most of the time, I've always seen that women that tends to be when the man is 100% providing everything and the women are just home taking care of the kids, most of the time they go through what they go through because then the men have like the upper hand to do what they're doing because they feed you, they clothe you, do everything for you. One other thing that I've also seen is that I'm yet to see a man abusing a rich man's daughter.
Where? You did, Chris?
Yes. So it's always the poor man's kids, the average man's kids, the one that they don't have the power to say anything. Those are the ones that, they get abused.
Yes.
So what does that tell us? Tell us that we need to work very hard so that nobody comes into the life of our daughters to do anything stupid. You didn't come in to marry Dion's daughter and misbehave. It will not fly
Our
anywhere.
girls are going to be empowered.
It will not fly anywhere.
Just like Jessica
Yeah.
said.
So, I hope you're empowered by this topic. Like I said, this is a very personal topic that was requested by somebody. Unfortunately, that person didn't make it here today. So now this what we just had, I'm going to do part 2 because I want to bring her here. And I didn't say anything about her, but she already told me her side of the story already. And it is very empowering, but I just felt like I want the right person to come and sit and say it. So just like we did why people go to Africa to go bring their spouse part 2, I'm going to do part 2 of this and bring her here and have you same people with her here. I'm going to do part 2. I don't know when, but I'm going to schedule that. But I hope you're empowered by this. I hope you learn something from this. I hope this is very educative and very informative. And I hope you don't stay in abusing marriage. Okay, get out, like do something for yourself. Rebrand yourself, go to school, learn something, right? And don't rely so much on them because that is how they take advantage. When you want to do, hey, daddy, the daddy will end up being on your face right there, okay? Value yourself more, love yourself more, and appreciate yourself more. That is the only way. And I know that with the whole daddy issue thing, I know there's something that is going on.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I know that this is not going to stop the whole daddy issue. But if you are out there and you have daddy issues, I hope that you have that kind of balance where you don't really let loose of yourself just because you want to find love out here. Because a lot of men out there can love you.
True.
They don't even know how to love. As a matter of fact, they can't even spell the word love. Because themselves, their fathers and their mothers didn't give them that love.
That's true.
To give it
That's
to
true.
you.
They don't know the love.
You see what I'm going at? They didn't get that. So don't expect it from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It starts from you, the individual first. You learn first before you want to accept it from somewhere. Okay?
That's true.
So I love you so much and I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Before
And
you wrap up.
yes.
Many people, Dion, have not made it out alive.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Some like
Yes.
gone.
And
Yes.
we both know how hard it is to step out. And I want to just say a prayer, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
Oh, yes.
Jessica. So,
Why not?
Malachi chapter 4 verse 2 says that, but unto you that is listening to me, who fears my name, the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Beloved, I just want to pray with you that God would brood over you with his healing today. That if you're listening to this message, that the God of the universe will wrap himself around you. And we here, all three ladies, we're wrapping our hands around you with the love of the Father, that you will find healing, you will find comfort, that you will find peace, that you will find the strength and the alignment that it takes for you to rise up and seek the help that you need. I pray a special grace and blessing over you, that you are not stuck. I know it feels like you're stuck right now, but you are not stuck. God is powerful to reach down into your home, into your circumstances that you're in today, and set you free. So be blessed, be empowered. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And
Thank you.
To climax it, let me just say this to the ladies out there. If you meet someone, look for red flags. Don't accept everything. What you don't agree with, don't accept it. The first red flag, if you don't put an end to whatever you see at the beginning of every relationship, you are bound to accept it along the way. So if you live in a relationship, you want to be by yourself, like I did, go back to school, educate yourself, build yourself up, so that the next man, when he's coming to you, he will make sure that he's coming in the right way, not to provide and abuse. So don't allow someone provide and abuse, especially not in this Western world.
Yeah.
In Africa, I understand things are not as it is here, but here there's opportunity. Single moms are working 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
They're also educating themselves. They're also, being women of substance. Be a woman of substance, and let's help educate each other and not bring each other down. Let's help build each other up. I met my divorce not long ago. Everybody in Colombia were talking about me because I could not explain to anyone what was going on with me. So everybody had their fair share. And the person who called me said this: why can women educate each other and stand by each other and ask the question, Dion, what's wrong? What happened? What went wrong? And let me explain to you, instead of
yapping.
Instead of
Taking side.
Taking sides, when we should stick together. If I'm doing wrong or not, we are of the same breed. Wherever background you're from, we are of the same breed. I shouldn't put you down. Don't put me down. Support me, but don't ignore those red flags.
Yeah.
They will build up a mountain of flags for you. You won't even believe. You won't even count them.
Yeah. Do women even support each other?
No.
They are witches. Please. I'll see you the next time. Okay. Yeah. Follow me on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Diaspora Moment. I'm everywhere. Okay. And don't forget, let's continue this conversation on TikTok. Comment. I'll be right there. Comment back with you guys. Let me also hear your side of the story too. Let me know, why did you stay in abusive marriage? Why? Why did you stay in abusive relationship? I would like to know your reason. Let me know, at what point did you feel like I'm choking? I want out. At what point did you feel that way? Okay. Let's continue this conversation on the social media platform. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
This is Diaspora Moments by Dion London.